welcome to the 9th episode of the NSSF Friends with Benefits Show Season 2. My name is Gaetano Kagwa. That's how I roll.
And my name is Crystal Newman. That's how I roll. Now, on the last episode, we met Patrick Okello. He received his age benefits and he used them to invest in so many things, from forestry to agriculture, production of peanut butter, and he built rentals.
That's right, that's a lot. We also met Mr. Huntington Kaivu, and he received his age benefit, used that to buy tractors and also invest in land.
Really impressive. That said, let's find out who of the two will be our 8th contestant to make it to our list of semi-finalists. Do you have the envelope?
I do have the envelope. The votes are in. Thank you very much for voting, by the way. Verified and counted by PricewaterhouseCoopers. Nice and hot off the press. Let's find out who will be going to the top 8.
And the contestant from last week's episode moving forward in the competition is... Huntington Kaivu. Congratulations to you. Now, I think it's only right we reacquaint ourselves with who you voted for, starting with Nabende Wamoto,
Naikumi Mary,
Akula Subi,
Yabashaija John,
Ajal James,
Ari Naitwe Alice,
Judith Sheena,
and of course, as we just found out, Huntington Kaivu.
Congratulations to you all. Now, Gaetano, I wanted to ask you something. When's the last time you found yourself in class, in particular gym class?
But you've been shelling me with hot ones the entire season.
I'm not shelling you. This is coming from a good place.
A good place?
Yeah.
I'll have you know, when I was in school, I was always number 1, number 2, okay, sometimes number 3, 4, but I was never out of the top 50. But truth be told, NSSF has not been sleeping. They've been busy promoting financial literacy this entire season. And to that effect, they put together a workshop basically to give the 8 contestants the financial literacy they will need going forward. And this was done and given by internationally certified consultant Peter Chimboa, better known as PK. Let's find out what went down and some of the highlights. May I have my notes? Check this out.
Anybody who wins prize money loses it. And this is the standard around the world. Anyone who wins a lottery loses it around the world. Why? Because it's a surprise. It's just like those of you who come from the village like me. If you get a piece of meat and throw it to a dog which is not prepared, what will it do? It will run away first. NSSF prize money is really not for you. I forgot to mention that. This money is not for you. Keep that in your mind. It takes on it a lot of responsibility to pass this on to the next generation.
What do you hope is the biggest thing that they have taken away, the most important thing?
They have become aware how to grow the prize money that they will probably get.
Yeah, personally, I've liked that bit of the empowerment conversation.
What did you take away from the presentation that was given by PK?
Oh, a lot. Yeah? I learned quite a lot.
You guys are still in conference.
Yeah,
hey, the lecture is over, but you're here really discussing this.
We are reflecting.
You're reflecting? Yeah. What exactly are you reflecting on?
We are looking at the content of the discussion versus the projects that we run, and we are looking at what was the relevance of it.
Those of you who have made it to this level, you're already champions. Yes. So you're already champions by definition. Yes. The fact that you have been able to survive up to this point and even become champion, there is a longer journey.
You can see I was taking notes over there, very focused as usual, but I can't find the notes. Now let's very quickly reacquaint ourselves with the judges. We have Mr. Stevens. Stevens, how are you doing?
Doing well, Gaetano. How are you?
Fantastic. Mabel, my dear, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Fantastic. Paul Ogambachi is a man. And of course, we have Barbara. How are you, Barbara?
Fine, thank you, guys.
Fantastic. Now, In order for the top 3 finalists to get into the top 3 finalists, we have to put them to the test. They are going to use their newly acquired financial literacy skills to see whether or not they can put together a business plan in case they are the ones who are going to win the big grand prize. And let me call up the contestants. First of all, Nabende Wamoto, Mary Naikumi, Akula Subi, Debashaija, John. All right, the stage is set. Everything is ready to go. I hope you have your questions ready and your answers ready. This is going to be not very simple. In the meantime, let me do my best impersonation of Michael Jackson and just moonwalk. Oh. Oh.
Thank you, Gaetano. That was very interesting. And to our contestants, you are very welcome. Congratulations. You've made it to the top 8. And that means that you are already winners in your own right. So I would like to know, my question goes to John. Now that you've attended the financial literacy and you already had a business plan, my expectation is your plan is now more clear-cut. So I'd like to know, if you won the 30 million shillings, how would you break it down in terms of investing it to ensure sustainability?
If I merge a winner of 30 million, the 17 million will go for shoemaking, and 6 particularly will go for equipment, 10 million will go for materials, and 1 million will go for tools. And for the side of the banana plantation, 8 million will develop the acre which remained, and 4 million will go for organic manures, and 2 million will be for labor, and which totals up to 30 million.
If you are going to put 17 million back into the shoe business,
yes,
how are you going to recoup this money?
I have done a budget of an average of one pair will fetch 10,000 shillings as an average profit. And I'm actually going to increase my capacity to 100 pairs of shoes per day, which is going to give me 1 million per day.
Just before we leave you, you told us your expected margin on the shoes is 10,000 per pair of shoes.
Yes.
But you're also going to put a substantial amount of money in the banana plantation.
Yes.
And on average, each bunch, you said, costs between 15 and 20,000 shillings or so. And
25,000.
And you expect to get 110 bunch a month.
Yes.
A month.
Yes.
That's just about over 2 million shillings. No,
exactly, 2.7 something.
Okay, now, what is your cost base? Because it seems the cash cow are the shoes, and they are bringing you a lot of money.
A lot of money, yes.
And the banana plantation, you're putting in a lot of money, and your cost base is very high. Why wouldn't you concentrate that money into the business which is going to give you a better margin?
That's why we have been in financial literacy. And Mr. PK told us that before we invest, we should go to him because NSSF has paid for 3 months. And I'm going to go with my work plan to PK, and PK will advise me what to do. I will not dump the money completely to that field.
I come up to you, Subi, Akula.
Yes.
Briefly, just tell us what you're going to do if you won the 30 million shillings.
If I win this prize, I am going to use my savings to establish a wellness center, a counseling and wellness center. And this center will provide psychosocial support to the youth, women, and the persons who are at the peripheries or the marginalized persons of society, persons with disability, refugees, and many other categories of people.
Just develop a question. I fail to see any sustainability in your project.
Okay.
It sounded like a big sinkhole.
Okay.
Because you are going to get the money
Yes.
and put it in there, but then you don't have anything else to generate subsequent cash flows.
Okay.
So are you looking at a one-off? You get the 30 million,
Okay.
do what you want to do, and then move on?
I have invested before in a boda business, and it has worked for me very well. And in fact, I'm contemplating getting part of this money and add on the third boda. So that, because every investment should be backed up by a continuous flow of income.
Mr. Nabende, thank you for making it to this.
Thank you, sir. I'm happy to be here.
And we are happy to have you again. So briefly tell us, please, very briefly,
yes,
if you won the 30 million shillings, what have you planned to do?
Thank you, Mr. Mwanje. Mine is very simple. The focus of this 30 million is actually my son. Our plan was about 70 million. Equipment for him to establish a social center, a place where he can sit and do some social activism with the rest in his group. We want him to do some photocopying. We want a color photocopier. We want him to have a binding machine. We want him to have computers he has already got. We want him to have stationery in the same area which he can use and also sell. Given his condition, that is the only business he can act in and supervise by himself. Photocopy, internet services, and printing and others could be able to bring him about 40,000 shillings a day.
Mary, could you please share with us how you would use the 30 million or if you got it?
Thank you. I have an investment plan that takes me to buy a franchise and then be able to grow this money, because that would be a low-cost business option. My first option is KFC, but KFC is because I wanted to brand KFC in Western Uganda, because currently there's no branch. However, it's quite high, so I've gone for a lower one, which is PSAVE.
PSAVE?
PSAVE, yes. PSAVE,
what's that?
PSAVE is a kind of share circle based in Deliverance Church, Uganda, but currently they have branches in Kampala and Mbale. We came together and we sell shares. So each share right now at PSAVE costs 10,000. But if I bought a franchise of PSAVE and took it to Western Uganda, they would give me 60% of each share that is bought. That is good money.
So these shares,
yes,
or that share capital,
yes,
what does it do? Does it?
They lend to people, and people borrow that money and bring back with an interest.
Okay.
There are even fixed ventures. For example, like 2 months ago, I fixed some they run what I can call, I don't want to call it abrupt, but once in a while, they will open up. It is like a special Friday where the interest rate they are giving for a fix is very high. No? Like of recent, I ran one and I fixed 2 million shillings for 6 months, and they are giving me 14%. So to me, that is a promising business. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much for your responses. We wish you the best in the competition, and we surely believe that you are winners in your own right.
Well, nobody said it was going to be easy. Those were some very tough questions. But hey, nothing is easy when there's such a huge grand prize at stake. Now remember, to vote for your favorite contestant, all you have to do is go to *254# on your phone, select Friends with Benefits, or you could go to www.nssfug.org. When we get back, the grilling continues right here on NSSF Friends with Benefits Season 2. We'll be right back.
Nzijukira ebiseera ebyo abawagizi ekitiibwa nali muzira mu kisaawe. Ne mbulamu obwa bulijjo nga nsobola okwetuusaako buli kye njagala. Naye olunaku lumu byonna ne biggwaawo. Singa nategekera obukadde bwange nandibadde mu bulamu obweyagaza kati.
Every year, millions of Ugandans retire into poverty. To reduce that number, NSSF has introduced voluntary membership, which allows more Ugandans to save with NSSF and makes contributing easier by letting you pay through mobile money. It is available to individuals who run companies that employ less than 5 employees, as well as those who used to save with the fund and are now gainfully self-employed but are below the age of 60. Sign up today by visiting your nearest NSSF branch.
NSSF, a better life.
Welcome back to NSSF Friends with Benefits Season 2. I am Crystal. Before we meet our next 4 semi-finalists, let's hear from NSSF Managing Director Richard Byarugaba to give us an overview of this competition.
Friends with Benefits is our financial literacy campaign, which we are running now for the 2nd season. There is a lot of very good stories that we're getting in, and we continue to see people utilize their savings in a very good way. And we hope that there can be a national dialogue on how this nation can save, since the savings rates for the nation are very low. At the moment, it's less than 15%. In addition, we've also been able to establish through research that 80% of our members, when they save with NSSF, NSSF is the only amount of savings they have in their entire life. Further research has also shown us that within 2 years, 90% of the 80% have squandered their money. In other words, they've put it in ventures which have not yielded anything, and they do not have that money at all. So we felt that Friends with Benefits was a good way of showing to our members, both saving and those who might not be saving, that there is a lot of success stories out there of people who have saved with NSSF and have been able to use their funds for a very good cause that gives them a good return and gives them an income even after they've stopped saving with NSSF.
It is now time to meet our last 4 semi-finalists. They are Ajal James, Alice Arinaitwe, Judith Sheena, and Hannington Nkaivu. So I hope you are ready for the questions. So I'm going to just step out of the line of fire right now. They're all yours, judges. Please, be nice.
All right, welcome back, James, Alice, Judith, and Hannington. And congratulations on making it to the 2nd round of the show. So starting with you, Hannington, can you please tell us what you are going to do in case you win the 30 million shillings?
When I get the 30 million, 20 million will go to finish my rentals that are unfinished currently. When they are done, they will be able to raise a minimum of 1.5 per month. 7 million will go into expanding my land, say that I have a little more land for growing potatoes to support more girls. 3 million, I'm committing it to writing a concept paper. And this concept paper is about helping people who are employed and saving their money with NSSF to use it productively when they retire.
Hannington, I can see you seem to be diversifying, because initially you had tractors. Why is it that now you want to take away the 20 million and plow it back into rentals instead of the tractors?
The rentals it's completion. The rentals are not finished. So the money that I invested there is redundant. I want to finish them to continue, to begin giving me money. So I'm not diversifying in any way. And the tractors are already building their own system. So If I want another tractor, they will make their own tractor.
So with the new angle of financial literacy, won't you sacrifice your time that you're using to build these other 3 income avenues?
No. Actually, from the workshop we had, no. Because we were taught to build systems. You don't have to be there. Actually, my tractors are monitored on phone. They all have GPS. So I don't have to go where they are working. Yeah.
Okay, Shina, congratulations
Thank
also
you.
for coming this far. Please share with us, if you won the 30 million shillings, how would you utilize it?
If I won the 30 million shillings, my plan would be to try and create awareness. That is on the non-communicable diseases, because that is where my call is, that's where my heart is. So I would use 60% to create awareness. What would remain, I would use some of it to do advocacy work. So my plan is, if I would use some money to push our lawmakers, our parliamentarians, to push to have the health bit being prioritized, because this is what we need to be able to grow in our country. Then I will use the balance to do the daily running of the office, because right now I cannot spread very fast because it is still, we are underemployed. And I would look out for cheap labor, but very productive.
Yours is a social enterprise, and it only varies from a business in the sense that maybe your intention is not to make a profit, and you've already said that. But your enterprise still needs sustainability, still needs to keep on going. Looking down the line, beyond even this 30 million, how do you see that happening?
For some clients, for some patients, I earn some little commission from referring them. I earn it from the hospital, I don't charge patients. And how we operate is, whether you go through me or by yourself, or if you go through me, it's not that they will increase your cost. You will get it actually cheaper because I'm able to bargain for you. I am an agent of sorts. Yeah, mainly that.
Okay, thank you.
Judith, how do you intend to make your business unique? How do you intend to brand yourself?
If I have a board of governors that are guiding me, so that means it will grow beyond me. I have people guiding me. So I will stop looking beyond myself and the consideration. But I have a special thing for it, and I am not doing it for profit. I am doing it for mankind. Then there's a need. The need is there. It's very evident, because we are not dealing with these diseases today and tomorrow they are done. No, there's a constant need for my services. So I am optimistic that it's going to grow on and it will not die tomorrow.
Alice, congratulations on getting to this level.
Thank you so much.
Tell us briefly, when you win the 30 million, how do you intend to employ it?
Yes, when I win the 30 million, I intend to because in the training, I learned that we must have a project that will bring us income every day. So I intend to start a small shop near the school so that parents who are dropping in children and picking them, they can buy something from that canteen for their snacks. That one, I think it can cost me, I'm budgeting around 7 million. Then 3 million, I want to invest it in the advertisement, to advertise the school further and make it known all around us. I also thank NSSF, it has done part of it for me. I intend to get the 20 millions and I inject it into the project. I don't have enough computers. I still want to buy furniture, more library books because we love reading. I also intend to have a small van. I was using it myself as a part-time. If the parents get stuck, I would just drop the children home. But there are those who are willing to have their children picked and dropped in the evening. So I intend to hire a driver who can do that job for me. So all these projects will I'm sure they are going to take away those 30 millions.
What is the return that you get per child in your school?
The return is, it depends. Half day, I charge them 560. Full day, it's 680. And that's what I get from
Per month, per term?
Per term.
Okay.
I also have a question for you.
Yes, please.
You've been in this business for quite some time. How many years?
30 years.
The school?
My school. It
Yes.
started last year.
It started
Now
last
we are
year.
into the second year.
Okay, now, after attending the financial literacy training, after attending it, tell me one thing that you want to take into your school and that will help you to change the way you've been doing things.
You know something, if it's yours, like when I started it, I would just use money here, there, anyhow. I had not started budgeting. So I intend to do proper budgeting and see the expenditures, the revenues, and put all of them together. I don't want to do anything out of the blue. So I want to make proper budgeting.
Do you give yourself a salary?
No, I have not reached that point of giving myself a salary.
Okay, so how do you live? You get from the...
I have a husband, so he has to provide for his family.
Let's appreciate him. And while I move on to Mr. Ajal, can you share with us how you intend to spend the prize money?
Thank you, Barbara. Even before I thought of this NSS gain, I already had a plan. I had drawn a plan to put in 6 cows in calf for milk. The plan is already drawn with a BOQ of 9.8 million. And then I started a cultivation for the grass, for feeding them, which I believe that should cost me 3 million. Then I have also put in place the purchase of the animals themselves at about 3.5 million each. That is 21 million. That will slightly go over the 30 million. But I think I will get money from some other source and top it. I have a project which are 4-pronged, but for the purpose of this money, I will stick only to the dairy side, where I'm hoping to separate the milk, the dairy milk, and the beef.
So how are you going to ensure that this milk is sold and it's actually preserved? Have you already identified buyers in Lira or in Kampala?
As I talk now, milk from that area, the place is actually called Igoti, in Ebuje sub-county in Apache district. The milk, there's a milk van which comes, it is actually a tipper with the milk cans in them, which comes every day at 6 a.m. is in the place, and they collect the milk and they take to Ebenezer in Lira to sell there. So if I don't get quick transport, I will still use the same vehicle to transport milk. It's a daily basis. Yeah.
Thank you very much, James, Alice, Judith, and Hannington. And we wish you the best of luck, hoping that you will make it the finals.
You have now heard from the final 8 contestants. Did you like what they had to say? Were you impressed with their business plans? Well, remember, you have to vote. Vote for your favorite contestant by dialing *254# and select Friends with Benefits, or go to nssfug.org. We'll be right back after the break.
Tired of moving in search of financial assistance? Look no more. Postbank Uganda has all the answers to your financial problems. No more queues. Sign up on Postbank mobile phone banking and dial *263# to pay for bills like water, electricity, URA, passport fees, airtime, etc. You can also make deposits on your account from your phone directly using mobile money services. We have early start accounts for children, school fees loans, group loans, etc. We provide agriculture loans to help farmers purchase seedlings, input, processing, production and marketing your agricultural produce. We also have mobile vans that serve our customers in the hard-to-reach areas. Call toll-free 0800-217200 or visit any of our branches countrywide. Postbank is regulated by the Bank of Uganda. Postbank, empowering you.
Welcome back to NSSF Friends with Benefits.
That's right. Now, we did tell you that this season was going to be full of excitement and surprises, and we are not done yet.
Now, this season, we have a safety net called the Judge's Choice. We'll head over to the judge's representative right now to tell us more.
Thank you, Crystal. The judges, we've come together and we've thought hard and long about this and decided to save one person. This person personifies the major theme of this show, which is financial literacy. He's shown exceptional investment skills and superior business acumen. And the judge's choice is Bonaventure Rwachira. He's exceptional in turning an initial investment of 1.9 million into a bigger school, which takes up almost 100 children, and is doing much, much more money than one would expect from such meager resources.
Well, there you go. Congratulations to you, Bonaventure. You have made it into what was supposed to be the final 8, but because of the safety net, you are into the final 9. Congratulations to you.
Thank you to our amazing panel of judges. And to you, our audience. And to you at home, thank you for watching. Also, special thanks to Afros and Mo for hair and makeup.
Now make sure you tune in next week. It will be the grand finale, you people. The grand finale. Yes. The winner will take themselves 30 million shillings home. First runner-up goes home with 15 million, and the second runner-up, well, 10 million shillings for you.
Remember, you have to vote. You need to decide which of our final 9 will win the competition. And how do you do that? You vote by dialing *254#, select Friends with Benefits, or you can go to nssfug.org.
Now, all votes will be verified and audited by PricewaterhouseCoopers.
So make sure you tune in next Sunday, same time, for the grand finale.
That's right. So until then, the voting lines are now officially open.
See you next Sunday.
Bye-bye, everybody.